Imagine this, a future where humans walk the red sands of Mars. But here's the big question. What kind of people would actually be ready for such a monumental challenge? Could you be one of them? With NASA's Artemis program and Elon Musk's SpaceX planning to send humans to Mars, the reality of settling on another planet is closer than ever. As passionate space explorers, we're diving deep into what it takes to thrive on the red planet. From physical requirements to mental toughness, get ready to discover if you have what it takes to live on Mars. The first people to set foot on Mars won't just be everyday citizens. They'll be handpicked from the best of the best. But who makes the cut? NASA and SpaceX are looking for people with specialized skills and extreme resilience. Astronaut selection already follows strict criteria, a perfect combination of intelligence, physical fitness, and emotional stability. Remember, these pioneers will face challenges unlike anything experienced on Earth, so they'll need to excel under pressure. NASA's current Mars mission candidates are being trained in environments like the Arctic and underwater labs to simulate extreme isolation and low gravity. Could you be one of these first Martians? Mars has only 38% of Earth's gravity. So, what does that do to your body? In lower gravity, muscles and bones weaken over time. NASA has already learned from astronauts on the International Space Station that long-term exposure to low gravity can cause muscle atrophy and bone density loss. Living on Mars means constant physical exercise and adapting to new challenges. These early settlers will have to endure reduced strength, altered blood flow, and changes in their internal systems. To prevent their bodies from wasting away, pioneers will need advanced fitness routines and specialized equipment to keep them strong. Could you handle months, maybe years, of isolation? Mars settlers will live in close quarters with only a few people, completely cut off from Earth. This kind of isolation can have deep psychological effects. We've already seen this in experiments with astronauts in the ISS, as well as in Antarctic research stations. Long periods of solitude can lead to depression, anxiety, and even hallucinations. To prepare, psychological testing and resilience training will be key for Mars settlers. Those selected will need strong mental fortitude, able to stay calm, focused, and productive under such intense isolation. When the next dust storm hits, who's going to fix things when everything malfunctions? Mars' atmosphere is volatile, and equipment will break down frequently. This is why the early Martians must be top-notch engineers and problem solvers. They need to be quick thinkers who can resolve emergencies under extreme conditions. Take inspiration from astronauts like Chris Hadfield, who, during his time on the ISS, handled life-threatening situations like ammonia leaks. This same quick thinking will be required on Mars to keep the colony alive. On a barren planet like Mars, knowledge is power. Scientists will play a crucial role in understanding Mars' environment, its potential for life, and how humans can adapt. Geologists will study the Martian soil to determine the planet's composition, while biologists and chemists will search for signs of ancient life and assess whether Mars could ever sustain new life forms. These researchers will be our pioneers of discovery, helping to unlock the secrets of our closest planetary neighbor. Who will take care of the first Martians when they get sick? Mars settlers will need healthcare professionals to monitor their physical and mental well-being. These professionals will be vital in diagnosing new illnesses, treating injuries, and even performing surgeries in low-gravity environments. Imagine trying to give someone stitches while their blood behaves differently than it does on Earth. This crew must also adapt to any unknown threats Mars presents, like radiation exposure or dust-related respiratory issues. When you build a new world, you need builders. The first Martians will need skilled construction workers and engineers to build habitats that protect settlers from Mars' extreme cold and thin atmosphere. These habitats must withstand giant dust storms, daily temperature fluctuations, and a complete lack of breathable air. NASA and private companies are already working on technology for 3D printed homes made from Martian soil. These settlers must think creatively and work tirelessly to create their new world from the ground up. Growing food on Mars? Sounds impossible, right? Not exactly. Settlers will need experts who understand agriculture in extreme conditions. NASA has been studying the possibility of growing crops in Martian soil. Hydroponics, vertical farming, and genetically modified plants will be key to ensuring a steady food supply. This will be crucial for survival, as settlers will need a way to feed themselves long-term without relying on shipments from Earth. Who's going to manage the technology keeping the colony alive? Mars will require advanced technology to regulate air, water, food, and energy. Technologists and programmers will be responsible for managing these systems, ensuring they function smoothly. They'll need to work with artificial intelligence and robotics to automate many of the tasks needed to maintain life. As Mars' first residents, they'll be responsible for keeping everything running efficiently to ensure the survival of the colony. Will Martians develop their own culture? As settlers create new communities, they'll also bring with them elements of human culture, music, art, sports, and literature. Over time, these activities will become important to maintain mental health and create a sense of belonging. Mars could foster a unique subculture, much like how isolated communities on Earth develop their own identities. Imagine Martian festivals, Martian art, and even Martian cuisine. Who leads a group of pioneers on a new planet? Strong leadership will be essential for a Mars colony to function smoothly. Mars settlers will need leaders who can make critical decisions under pressure, mediate conflicts, and maintain morale. These leaders will need to balance survival with the well-being of the colony's residents. Leadership studies in extreme environments, such as submarine crews or polar expeditions, will likely inform how leadership evolves on Mars. Every drop of water counts on Mars. Who's going to manage it? Efficient management of resources, like water, oxygen, and food, will be crucial to survival. These experts will need to plan how to recycle water, generate oxygen, and produce energy from solar panels. One small mistake in resource management could be catastrophic for the entire colony. Mars' first settlers must learn to live sustainably, using every resource wisely. Could you start the first Martian business? Mars isn't just for survival. It's a new frontier for innovation. Entrepreneurs will bring new ideas, from advanced energy systems to entertainment. As the colony grows, so will the demand for new products and services, creating a Martian economy. This new world will need innovators ready to take risks and establish industries that can thrive in Mars' unique environment. Radiation on Mars is a serious threat. So, who's ready to face it? Mars lacks the protective magnetic field Earth has, exposing settlers to higher levels of radiation. Engineers will need to develop ways to shield habitats, and medical experts must find ways to protect the human body from long-term radiation exposure. Settlers will need to be prepared for the unknown, as the long-term effects of Martian radiation remain a major challenge. What happens when your circadian rhythm is out of sync with Earth? Mars' day is slightly longer than Earth's at 24.6 hours. Over time, this can disrupt sleep patterns and impact mental health. Settlers will need to adapt to this new day-night cycle, which might mean adjusting their work schedules or using artificial lighting to stay in sync. Only those with the resilience to adapt to these changes will thrive. Who will keep spacecraft and rovers running on Mars? Exploration beyond the colony will be essential. Spacecraft engineers will need to ensure that rovers are operational and that transportation between Earth and Mars remains reliable. These engineers will need to troubleshoot on the spot, ensuring their vehicles are prepared for Mars' harsh terrain. This job requires precision and quick thinking, as a single error could leave explorers stranded. How do you stay connected when you're millions of miles away? Communication with Earth will be delayed by up to 20 minutes, requiring specialists who can handle this unique challenge. Communication technology will be vital, not just for updates with Earth, but also for settlers to stay connected with family and friends. So, what do you think? Do you have what it takes to live on Mars? The settlers who make it to Mars will be the ultimate pioneers, facing challenges that test the limits of human endurance, intelligence, and creativity. Whether you're an engineer, scientist, or dreamer, the possibility of living on another planet might be closer than you think. Are you ready to be part of this next chapter in human history? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about space exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you next time, space enthusiasts.